Hey guys, listen, welcome in the building. I didn't know if anybody was going to be catching this train ride tonight because the train was delayed, okay? And the train was delayed because last night y'all cut up. Y'all cut up. So I needed to woosah, needed to meditate, okay? But the train is going to pull out and it's going to be an express train ride, all right? Had to go, visit my girlfriend, and I'm back now. We're going to do it express. And when I say express, I mean express train ride, okay, y'all? So keep it short and sweet. Keep it short and sweet. So what's on the docket tonight? Well, Bryson, Nene Leakes son, got into some trouble, and it appears like Nene Leakes is not opening her purse. She's closing her purse to her eldest son because he needs a lawyer, and he has to have a public defender because he does not have the money to get himself a lawyer. And it looks like Nene's not stepping in. She's not opening her purse, honey. The bank account is closed. But we'll get into it. And then we got Dwight Howard. He's an ex-basketball player being sued. We're going to get into that. And then, I don't know, maybe y'all can help. Because there's this young lady that is looking for her boyfriend. Okay? Looking for her boyfriend. So maybe y'all can help her find her man. Put up some posters. I don't know. Do something. Maybe y'all can help her find her man. But we're going to get into it. Okay, people? All right. Black Panthers. Oh, y'all starting tonight. You said as she should. The purse is closed. Woo. Okay, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it, okay, people? We're going to get into it. So we got some people on the platform here that if you can't afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. Sebastian. Woo! Listen, come on, Sebastian. We got a what? Choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. This is Trending Topics Thursday, and we are here gonna do an express train. I'm about to pull the people that's on the platform into the building. And you know what we say over here? Catch the train. Don't catch feelings. Now listen, don't be hopping the train. Hit the like button, because I did a ticket count last night. And y'all getting like that Carly Russell. You're cheating and stealing. You're hopping the train. The only thing that you got to do to ride this train is hit the like button. And you know what, guys, I want to say? I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that subscribe to my channel. Why? Because today, the diva hit 29K. Can you give it up? Okay. 29K in the building. We rising up. Okay. Going all the way up at 29K. Looking to hit by the end of the year. Hey, y'all can get me to 1 million, but I'll take 100K. So come on, people. I'm about to board this train for this quick express ride. And we got the peeps in the building, okay? Hey, Royale.
Hey, Auntie, with the 29K, period. That's what we do. Now,
that's
listen,
how we did
Listen, before we get started too far, we want to keep the train on track tonight, everyone. We want to limit our comments to 2 minutes. I will have my alarm set, so a buzzer will go off at the 2-minute mark. So it's an express ride tonight. Express ride.
Not the 2-minute mark.
I'm included in the 2 minutes too. So if I go over, y'all check me and let me know.
Thank you, Fifi, for not being a thief and hitting that like button. Okay, I like your thing.
Will a man rob God? If he'll rob God, he'll rob Diva. You better not rob God.
Oh my God. Okay, I can't with y'all.
We're starting already. We haven't even pulled out.
Lashane is shaking. That's all he's shaking.
Ooh, come on now. Thank you.
Royale.
Okay, well, a man rob God. Okay, come on now. You better preach on a Thursday night. Listen, Thursday night used to be Bible study anyway. You better preach.
Okay? Well, Carly robbed God, so.
Tell it, opinion. Tell it. Amen. The God, the community.
The people. Y'all starting already. Listen, guys, we're going to go ahead and get this express train started. Thank you to everybody who is currently in the building. Listen, the train pulled out late, so share the live, so the people know that we're here and it's still going down. Now I'm going to go ahead and start this thing off, and you got to listen closely and listen quickly, okay? Because we're not going to really get into this story because this girl was something different and something special, but she's looking for her boyfriend. So hold on now. Let me share screen.
Diva, I found him. He in the 18-wheeler that Carly was in.
I
know. He's that white ghost baby.
He's in the 18-wheeler that Carly was in.
White ghost. Listen, wait. Hold on for a second. Okay, so let me go ahead and share this screen. Which y'all done got me distracted here. Hold on now. Oh, this is the one I want to share. Okay. Let me see. Let's share this screen here. Where's she at? Let me share this. Hold on, guys. Listen close.
If anybody have any information about where my boyfriend is, please feel free. Please contact the police first. Y'all can contact me or y'all can contact his wife.
Did y'all hear her?
Any one of them, ma'am?
I'm done.
Wait a minute. Contact his wife.
No, she's...
Oh, these side pieces done got out of hand.
Did you hear that chick? She says she looking for her boyfriend. If you seen them, contact her or contact the wife. She don't care who you call. Just let us know where he be. Okay? That's what she has said. Now, there's more to her story, but that's a to be continued. Okay? We're going to have to pick that up at the next trending topics because we can't even get into her foolery. That's what she said. You heard her. She said, contact me or contact the wife. Just contact us because he's missing and we looking for him, okay? So that's her story, and she's sticking to it. No, y'all heard, this is real. This was on the news. This is real. Y'all know I bring y'all the stories. I be digging, okay? All right? I be digging. This is real. And the story, the outcome is crazy. Crazy, I promise y'all. But we won't get into her story at another time. I just want to let y'all see a little preview of what's coming up in the next trending topics. We got the girlfriend looking for her man, and she ain't got no shame in the game. You find him, contact me or contact this wife. We just need to know he good. Who this be? Who this Harper? Okay. You said you got selected here, and I refuse. I'm telling you, the side chicks these days are out of control. They out of pocket, out of line. They didn't get the memo that you're not supposed to be seen or heard. You said CNN should be ashamed of themselves. Child. It's a lot to her story, but we're going to get into that next trending topics. You said, why is the girlfriend more concerned about him than the wife? Listen. She's an aggressive side piece, okay? She's an aggressive side piece. So I just had to bring that to y'all. I thought it was pretty interesting, okay? That's right. Not you teasing us with this mess.
That's what I said. I'm like, is she serious? We're going to get to that next week. What? I can't.
That's the next trending topics. I'm sorry. I just needed y'all to know that there's a side piece out there looking for her man. And she said, contact one of us, okay? Me or the wife.
He on the 18-wheeler with Carly or Doctor.
That child. He'll be let out soon and he'll have some cheeses. All right. Now listen, guys. Listen, guys. We're about to get into this. Everybody knows Nene Leakes, formerly from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, Nene Leakes has two sons. Okay, one son is by, her first man, and then her second son is by her late husband, Greg Leakes. Well, Brian is his name. Okay, Bryson, since we met him on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, he struggled with some things. So my heart does break, and it does go out to Bryson. I'm being very serious when I say that. I got a heart. Where's E at? Because I have a heart for Bryson. I really do have a heart. And, it breaks my heart. He struggled with the substance abuse. Okay. Struggled with the substance abuse. And he's been struggling with that ever since we met him. Well, you know what, Gemini? I would really like to know that also. Because maybe at this point we need the dad to step in. I would really like to know that also. Good point. Maybe we're gonna have to go digging to find out where and who is Bryson's dad, right? So Bryson found himself in trouble in early this month, July. He got caught with some illegal substances. Okay, don't know if he was just having them for himself or if he was being a street pharmacist, but he had the substances, okay, and got caught by the popo. But there's several things that happened when he got caught. He said his brother's name and not his. So I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen. We're gonna get into this story. Welcome in the building, Dustin.
Welcome, Diva.
Thank you. So we're going to get into this story and then we're going to chat about it. Let me share screen. Okay, hold on. Let me see where Bryson's story is at. Oh, Bryson. I feel bad for him, people. I do. They wrong. Nene Leakes jailbird son Bryson can't afford an attorney in his fentanyl case. He needs a public defender. Okay, so Nene Leakes' oldest son, Bryson Bryant, can't afford an attorney, so he was provided with one by the court after his drug arrest. In legal documents obtained exclusively at RadarOnline.com, the Real Housewives of Atlanta alum, 33-year-old child, stated he doesn't have enough money to pay for legal counsel despite his famous mama's riches, okay? Radar Online broke the story. Bryson was taken into custody at Gwinnett County Jail on July 3rd for felony possession of fentanyl, and jail records show he is still behind bars. In the document filed on July 5th, just 2 days after his arrest, Lee's son informed the court he needed an appointed counsel because he was financially unable to employ an attorney. In the filing, the box was ticked for appointment of counsel for indigent defendant. Indigent is jargon for needy or poor. Okay, the court appoints the attorney designated above to represent the defendant. The appointment shall remain in effect through all courts in this circuit until the case is completed. Another attorney appointed, defendant retains counsel or further court order. Appointed counsel shall immediately contact defendant. The document is read along the magistrate of Gwinnett County's signature. So Nene's son is locked up, and it appears as if Nene is not stepping in. Nene disowned. It's a very sad picture, right? Nene disowned her oldest, her firstborn. I understand there's a lot going on, right? And yesterday, I'm not trying to put the train in reverse. I'm not trying to do that because I don't get down like that. I don't get petty. But yesterday, y'all wanted to blame Carly's mother and father on everything. So who's responsible for Bryson Bryant here and all of his legal woes and all of the trouble that he is currently in? And the fact that, unfortunately, he cannot afford a lawyer. Royer, hold on 1 second. I'm going to go around the room, everybody. Royer, we're starting with you. What are your thoughts?
I am very emotional about this story because I personally feel that, Bryson has always been treated like the stepchild. Once she had Brent and, she got married to Greg, he just fell off the wagon. Now, if we recall back on Housewives of Atlanta, he was showing signs that he needed help and attention because he was stealing from Walmart, stealing razor blades from Walmart for $10 to $12. And Nene lost her mind. She left him locked up in jail. Then Peter had to beg Nene to get him out of jail. Beg. And he was just in high school, coming out of high school then. Well, now here we are yet again. Obviously, something's going on. Here's my thing. This is just my opinion, and I don't have children, but this is just my opinion. I have a right to it. These behaviors just don't start happening in life. Children look, for construction in their life. And so when they don't get it, they veer their path off into other things. And so it looks like to me, from what I watched in Real Housewives of Atlanta, as I said, Brent was the redheaded stepchild. And I think that Nene needs to step up and help Brent, legally, And once he gets out of jail, you know, if he cannot sober up in jail, she should try to help to get him in a rehab, because these are not new issues as far as the drug habit that's been going on, you know, with Bryson. There were little whispers as well about that on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So is it Nene's complete fault? No, because at the end of the day, Bryson did make a decision, just like, you know, Carly did. But, you know, children need guidance. And when you don't guide the child, I think it is partially the parent's responsibility, you know, of how the child ends up in society. And you need to help clean up their mess. It ain't my problem to raise your child. You should have raised your child. It ain't society's problem to raise your child. You should have did that to make them a good citizen in this world. So I think Nene does need to help.
Yeah, I okay. I like that. Yeah. Hashtag Nene, open your purse to your son.
She did it for
Brent.
She would do it for Brent.
She would
so
do it
what's
for
the
Brent.
difference between Brent and Bryson?
There you go. And she doing it for her married, well, now he's divorced. Her divorced boyfriend, allegedly. In my opinion, what about Bryson? What about Bryson? He has to have the court-appointed attorney.
Bryson is over 30 years old.
Oh.
Okay. Let me tell you something. If you didn't learn the first time you got arrested, you ain't gonna learn. You heard that song? If you don't know me by now. Okay, let me tell you something. He is what he is, okay? And the only thing that's gonna help him is Jesus. So we're gonna keep on praying for him. Nene, close your purse, okay? Because Nene done took up and helped him raise his baby. So no, we're not gonna have a heart for him, okay? Bryson needs to be a man, a real man. Get up there and work and do what you gotta do. You got a baby to take care of. Don't be that man.
Ooh, child. All right. We got one that says help Bryson, and we got one that says Bryson is grown. He did this to himself. He's on his own. Dustin, what are your thoughts?
Yes, Diva.
Yes.
I'm on in my opinion side. He's grown. He's done this to himself, and I hope he gets help. But he's gonna have to get help by himself.
Ooh.
I hope he gets support that he needs, but I think that he needs to get it by himself. And I hope the case gets more hard. I just hope it gets wakes him up, if you say so myself. But he just needs to get a lot of help. But I can pray for him, but I'm not gonna. But I don't think that this is all going to change. This is all going to change. I think I agree with what Roy said earlier. Whatever you've been taught in your lifetime as growing up, you do it in your older life. So whatever he's been taught in the growing up years, that's going to affect him the rest of his life.
Yeah, thank you, Dustin. I appreciate you.
And I wanted to say something else.
Yes, sure.
Real quick.
Sure.
Yes, I'm sorry. I've been absent since Monday. I haven't been feeling good lately, and I'm feeling better now. But I was sick for about a day, so I was throwing up about 3 times.
Oh my gosh!
And I've been sorry I've been absent.
Well, are you feeling better now?
I'm feeling better now, but I was sick on Monday.
All right. Well, praise God. We're glad to have you back.
Thank you, David.
Thank you. Nikki, what are your thoughts here?
Oh, Diva. I'm of two minds, per usual. So this is an example to me of... So I still agree, a parent isn't responsible for whatever their grown child's choices are, provided their grown child has the ability to make good choices, meaning like they don't have some other mental thing going on.
Gotcha.
So I wouldn't say don't help your child at all. I wouldn't say that, but I never disagreed when Bryson went to jail the first time, or at least the time that we knew about, with the Walmart situation, and people were coming after Nene's like, you need to get him a lawyer. She's like, no, he can get himself out this situation. On one hand, I certainly believe in that, because it is not as if, unless there's something else going on that we're not aware of, it is not as if you don't know it's wrong to steal. It's not as if you don't know it's wrong to sell drugs. And not only that, I mean, I'm not saying like rest on whatever your mom's name is, but I'm looking at him like, just look at what the Kardashians have built over there. They listen to their mama, and she got them all a whole bunch of money. Your mom has some level of clout and a name that you could have utilized to your benefit, you know, to try to get you
That's true.
into a door. I'm not saying she needs to do everything for you,
Right.
but to get you into a door. And then another thing, when I heard about this, I was thinking to myself, like, you know, yes, he should be grown and on his own and all those things. But I do think it's smarter to have your child live at home if that's what they choose to do, if they can follow your rules, so on and so forth. It'd be smarter, stay home with your mom. You don't have to sell drugs, is my point. You know, if you have a conversation with your mom, Nene, and you like, look, I don't want to make these bad choices. Can you stand by me? I'm certain in my heart, Nene would have helped him try to get on track, because that's, to me, the only thing she's ever kind of asked of him. Do what you're supposed to do, make a plan. I got you. And I just think he's just caught up either because did you say he has a drug problem or substance?
I believe he does.
Allegedly? Okay.
Yeah.
So if there is some of that going on, sometimes you have to sell whatever, or you feel like you have to. And also too, it is not as if when Nene got on, so to speak, she didn't put him on. Y'all remember that episode? She took him down and bought that car for like $15,000 or $20,000 or whatever it was. So I didn't know, nobody bought me a car. I went to school, I worked, I rode the bus for 4 years, going back and forth to college. I worked 2-3 jobs, security, KFC, you know what I'm saying? And I get everybody ain't me. But in my opinion, you have opportunities that you haven't taken advantage of. One, and then two, what would you do if Nene wasn't here anymore? Nobody could bail you out. You have to make good decisions for your life. At some point, you do have to take responsibility for your actions, and it just doesn't need to happen. That's my thing. Like, I feel like most parents are hoping that their children, you know, send them the good night text, I made it home text, you know, because that whole protective thing, I want to make sure you're out there and you're safe. So I believe if he went to his mom even now and said, hey, listen, whenever I get myself out of this jam, I want to move in with you. I'll start at the bottom. I mean, even Lisa, what's her name? Vanderbilt was like, I'm not going to give you a job as a manager. You're going to wash dishes. You're going to da-da-da-da-da. And then she gave him the, you know, more opulent life. And Nene ain't as rich as her, in my opinion. But I do feel like you should give him another chance. You should maybe help him a little bit with some money to get out of jail. I would say that, but I wouldn't go down there and get him out immediately. I would try to get him to a rehab or something like that, and where he can, you know, get clear and clean and then start a new path. But I think if you do everything for your child, you're handicapping them on some level. That's just me.
No, I agree with you. So, you know, it's tough for me. I know both sides of this situation. I know how tough it is for a parent when their child is dealing with substance abuse and is going in and out of jail. They're probably tired. And they have probably been going back and forth with this child more than we even know. These are the arrests that we know about. We don't know all the behind stories. Now, this is no judgment. And I tell everybody all the time, my way is not the right way or the way that you should go by. It's just a way, and it's what I do because this is how I was done. You know, I praise God every single day of my life that my mother, my father, if I call them right now, they're coming to my rescue. So the thing is, I just am of the belief that until I am gone, and I'm hoping to set it up be when I'm gone, that my child will be okay. And see, the thing is, you know, are we a parent only when our child is on the right path? Or are we a parent right path, wrong path, regardless? So it's called unconditional love. And I'm going to give you unconditional love. My love is not based on if you're an A student, whether you're an A student or F student. I'm your mama. Whether you walk in the right path or wrong path, I'm your mama. Now I'm coming to you, Doctor. Let me just read this super chat really quick. The moment I heard that he gave his brother's good name to be to the popo, I was done. I wouldn't give him a red cent towards anything. Bye, boy. And you know what? I hear that. Thank you for the super chat, Michelle. And that is messy, right? But the thing is, you got to understand whether the addiction is to alcohol, drugs, gambling, sugar, shopping, or whatever. Addiction is addiction.
Yep.
And unfortunately, when people are in the throes of addiction, they don't make right and good decisions. I'm under the thought process is he was wrong for giving his brother's name, but at that moment he wasn't really thinking about his brother and the harm that was going to do. He was probably thinking his brother has 0 offenses, because I don't think he would have ever got out on bond that day had he given his own name, because he has priors. So he knew his brother's name was clean and free. They gave him that particular bond and he got out. Dr. Love, your thoughts?
All right. Hello, everyone. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, so I am that mother too that ride for mine, and I mean my boys. And let me just say my boys, because I got a daughter too now. But I ride for my kids or whatnot. Really. But this is a tough situation because from my line of work, I know what it is to have a child on drugs. So is this the situation where Nene can say, let me get you a lawyer, let me send you to rehab, and let me help you get on the right path? Is he there, or is he too far gone? Because when you talk about fentanyl and heroin, that's another level of addiction to me. So that's where I think she's at. I think she feel like I can get you the best lawyer, but this is not a situation where my son went and stole the car, or my son went and stole some shirts from the mall, or my son went and beat somebody over the head and he gonna do right after this. I don't think that's that type of situation. Even though she didn't get him out the Walmart situation neither, I kind of feel like Nene is like, who we are, just why is you in Walmart? Because that's like, yeah, I would have went to Walmart and acted a fool in that little, thing they take you in. But anywho, so it's so the Walmart situation I would have helped him out of, and I really would have helped him get on the right path. And then would she do it for the other son?
Yes, she would.
I can't say she would do it for him if he was on drugs. And see, that's where I think this big moment is at, because I kept wondering why Brent wasn't working at the restaurant with the other brother. But it's like, now we know he's been on drugs, and I think he's been on drugs since she probably got on this show almost, or right after she got him that car, or maybe she done gave him too much money too. Yeah, it's more to this than being said. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this out there as I ease on to the next person. I'm gonna say this: not everyone, so people don't lose your seats now. Stay in your seat, keep your seatbelt on. But a lot of times when families have children and there's different fathers involved, a lot of times when a female has child number 1 and then she has child number 2, and she ends up being in a long relationship with child number 2 and not child number 1's father, there's a lot that goes on, whether it is true or not. There's a lot that goes on in the head of child number 1. And I'm gonna just throw that on the table. And so my thing is that there's it's just a lot when you're blending families. And you have to, as the mom, be very careful, because even when you have a family when all the kids is by the same mother and father, some of them swear 10 toes down that the oldest or this one or the youngest gets treated better or whatever. So it gets even more difficult when the fathers are not the same. I'm just saying that I feel that for sure, if it was Brent Leakes, the red carpet would have been rolled out. But that's just a thought in my head. Don't mean I'm right. Now, I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. I'm coming to you. Is it, say it for me, IKWO. How do you pronounce your name?
Equal.
Equa, I'm coming to you. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Ladon, Sweet Tea, thank you for the super chat. Nene lost her husband and almost lost her second child, but instead of helping her, he, 33, chooses to act up. He's the selfish one, but he's going to have to want the help he needs. Well, let me say this for sure, because I've dealt with drug addicts in my family. For sure, any rehab will even tell you they gotta want it. So they'll tell you, you begging us to take them in, you coming here, you speaking. I need to speak to the actual person that needs to come in this rehab, because I don't have that many beds. A lot of these rehabs, especially when you don't have money like that, you're using some type of insurance or you get some type of grant, they want to make sure that the person is wanted. It has to be that person's rock bottom. Because I spoke to one of them, and that man told me if they do not want it, we're wasting our time. And he said, go home and pray. He said, go home and pray. Keep praying over them. And the counselor at the drug rehab told me, don't give them the money, but always feed them. Always let them know that you love them. He said, I promise you this is going to remain in their soul. But until they're ready to come in here and do this thing, they're not going to do it. But he said, never stop praying, never stop caring, never stop feeding them, but don't put no cash in their hand. Now, you said it to me. You got to say it to me again. I'm sorry. I'm coming.
Cool.
Okay, go ahead. Yes,
Or you can just call me Melody. It means Melody.
I love it. I'm sorry. Thank you, Melody. So go ahead. Talk to me.
Hi, Diva. Hi, everybody. This is my first time, and I love you so much. I love your show so much.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, what I have to say in this situation is that Nini shouldn't help him, because where I'm from Nigeria. There's a saying that you have seen the fire and then you.
Oh gosh, she was talking good, and we can't hear you, Melody. Is it me? Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you. She went out.
Melody was about to say something good. All right, as she comes back in, we'll listen to her. I came to you already, right, Dustin? Did I come to you, Dustin? I did.
Yeah, you went to Dustin.
Thank you for helping me. Savannah, what are your thoughts?
Diva, and this is my opinion. That is a grown man, and Nene's purse is closed. Nene has helped him, and until he is ready, because he has multiple children, I believe 3 or 4, by multiple women, and we're also forgetting that he used his brother's name, and the damage he could have done to his brother's driving record and driving privilege. And I don't believe that Nene has truly healed from losing Greg and almost losing the son that he has now put in legal trouble, who has to clear his name. And just like yesterday's story, I believe, and in my opinion, I believe that this generation of young adults walk around with this those who have had a privileged upbringing and a privileged social status feel more invincible compared to someone who has had to work from the ground up to develop themselves. And his name is Bryce. He has had doors and opportunities, or has been able to have access to doors and opportunities open to him, and he chose. Again, these are choices, just like that young lady made those choices over this weekend. This grown man made these choices, and I'm watching the time because we have 2 minutes. Made choices. I'm not getting in trouble tonight. Made these choices to continuously, because Nene has tried with over and over to get him clean. I remember her putting him in a rehab during his when he had his first daughter, his first baby, and he came back and acted a fool. And I saw a story that she assisted him again. So no, I think going in for some time is probably what he needs. And until he's ready to get the help, there's nothing Nene could do for him. So I'm not going to fault Nene for not helping him, not completely turning her back, but not until he's ready. I'm not wasting my money.
Whew. All right, we got a tough crowd tonight. E, what are your thoughts? Are you there, E? All right, Wayne, I'm coming to you.
Okay.
Okay, E's there. E's
Okay,
there.
there go
Hold on,
E.
Wayne. Hold on. Go ahead, E. Go ahead, E.
I could not find the mute button. I am so sorry, but so sorry, Wayne. Let me make this quick because I was in the middle of self-care. Someone said it's not like he stole a car. And let me put it to you this way. Distributing heroin and fentanyl in the Black community is 10 times worse than just stealing a car. You steal a car once, and the insurance will give you the money, you go buy a new one. But giving someone drugs in our community and them becoming a potential addict affects multiple other families for generations to come. It increases the crime rate and robs children of a chance at a normative childhood. This is worse than stealing a car. And one more thing I wanted to chime in on. Someone said that he did it to himself. And I want to challenge everyone to remember we all do things to ourselves every day. And I have made hundreds of bad choices.
Come on now.
So I don't know about anybody else. I like to eat ice cream every day and not gain weight. I like to drive 120 miles per hour on the highway and not get a ticket. And I want a man to marry me without asking me to suck, even though I want to be eating every night. So my point is, I make these choices. And when the undesirable happens, that's the gamble I took. You see what I'm saying, Diva? Mm-hmm. I took that gamble. So how this translates to Bryce is, no matter what a person does to themselves, it does not negate them the grace and help towards their own self-destruction. And for those of you who are Christians, you know better. My thoughts on this situation is, Nene should let him stay in there for sure. He needs to sit down for a while and sober up. This will be the best thing for him. And the best thing Nene can do for him right now is to help out with those grandkids and help to fill in the gap of his presence with those grandbabies. How can you walk around and call yourself a grandma and you're not spending grandma time and grandma money? And because Nene grew up without a mother's love, honey, you know better. Nene is extremely disappointing. And last thing, because I keep hearing Greg's name come up. Bryce's name is Bryce Bryant. So the man that we need to be looking for is Mr. Bryant. We need to find Bryce's real dad, and he needs to stand up and explain to the world why he let this Black boy fall through the cracks.
Wayne, I'm coming to you. Hold on one second. Let me read this super chat. Michelle, thank you for the super chat. I don't have patience for drug addicts. Too many people in my life have been there. He has to hit rock bottom and want to get help before I extend aid to him. I understand, Michelle. I hear you. And a lot of people do feel that way. Wayne, this is a tough subject. What are your thoughts?
Well, couple questions. Okay. How old do you have to be for your parents, for people not to blame your parents or to think your parents should be still held accountable for you? This, I ain't gonna say boy, this is a man. He got 4 kids. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, I got 2 kids myself, 43 and 41. Mm-hmm. Single military person. Right. And what I would do with this young man, you're going to do it my way. We tried your ways, in other way. But this time, you're going to do it my way or the highway. Mm-hmm. And this is how it's going to go. We're going to get in some rehabilitation, whatever we're going to do, we have to do. Okay. If you don't want to do that, then that's bye. That's bye. You're not going to come, especially if I have other children, you're not going to disrupt my life because you don't want to do right. Okay. Nene's a public figure. I can only imagine how embarrassing this is to her. Okay. So if you don't want to do it my way and you want to get some help, you're on your own. And maybe I can say that because I haven't been to court from none of my children.
Mm-hmm.
None of my children, there's only 2 of them, have ever raised their voice back at me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and believe me, I wasn't ruling with an iron fist. Very seldom did I have to spank my children,
Mm-hmm.
and when I did, I didn't have to do it no more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I wouldn't care if Nene was the worst parent in the world, and now this boy has reached that age. At some point, you got to be held accountable for yourself. You go out there and do something really atrocious, or you gonna come back, well, my mom, she slept with other men. I don't know my father. You know what? Sometimes you got to play the hand that's been dealt to you, and move on. So that's my little piece.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Y'all gonna make me drink 7 cups of tea tonight.
Okay, right. Hashtag cards dealt.
Well, maybe Bryson can get his help from the 18-wheeler that Carly was on.
Hold on. I'll come back. Give me a minute, Nikki.
Okay.
Let me just throw this out there. You were a father in your children's life, Wayne. And I know that everybody and the people they agree with you and they like amen. They like amen, amen. But I listen, child, I need tea. Woo, because here's the thing. There's some people that don't know their dad and it destroys them for life. I'm not saying that at some point you should get counseling and you shouldn't pick it up and move on. But if you watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, and he's a productive husband and man, but Stormy's husband, Courtney, when he went to talk to his mom about some things, and he's married, love his wife, he's not in trouble, not in jail, none of that. He broke down in his mother's arms, just still wanting that love of a father. There are some people that could be in the worst case scenario and still prosper. There are some people that they're in the worst case scenario and they just lose their way. And I get it, he's a grown man. But the thing we have to understand is just because the number, I'm 53, I'm 33, I'm 25 or whatever, when you turn that number, you don't just all of a sudden grow up. All the pain that you had doesn't just all of a sudden go away. All I'm saying is me, and I would encourage many parents to do this. And I'm not trying to say, oh, she needs to go there, bail him out, because somebody put in the chat, and I do agree with this also. Sometimes jail is what wakes the person up. So maybe he does need to stay there and pay for his crime. And maybe this will be the thing that will turn his life around.
It'll give him time to get clean.
And give him time to get clean. But unfortunately, depending upon where you go to jail at, you may get more in there than you got on the outside. I'm just, I'm saying this is never give up on your kids. Never give up on your kids. That's all I'm saying. And you know what? Again, praise be to God. The village is by my side. And because I know I got the love of the village, everything I do, I'm not afraid to go out there and do it and achieve, because I know they will always have my back. Whether I'm right, wrong, or indifferent, they will always have my back, because you know what? Like he said, we are all maybe 2 seconds from having ruins from a bad mistake. And by the grace of God, and the song is in my head, but it really won't come out. But there's this gospel song that says, it could have been me. It could have been me out there.
Thank you, outdoors. Thank you.
Come on,
thank you, and no clothes. All left alone without a friend. Or just another number with a tragic end. But he didn't see fit to let another thing be, because every day by his power, he keep on keeping us. And in order to have that power, somebody got to guide you to that power. That power just don't come on its own. You got to be guided to that power so that you can say, thank you, Lord, for all you done for me. Was Nene and Greg guiding him to that power?
Go on, Royer, because everybody deserves to be taught. Yes, sing it again, baby.
Come on, everybody does it.
We're not saying throw him away.
My thing is, if you can extend I never understand people that can extend so much grace and mercy to a stranger, but won't extend it to their own seed, that you gave birth to, that you carry within you. Listen, I remember the day, my son is going to be 18 in 6 days. I remember carrying that kid. I remember every store I went in and was buying the stuff, waiting for his arrival, all of that. And I'm just saying to myself, I even told him, you going to this college. And I said, really, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care if you become an engineer. I don't care if you become a barber. I don't really care what you do. I just want you to be able to take care of yourself and be happy. What your title is don't matter to me. I just want you to be happy. I want you to live a good life and be able to take care of yourself. And until you get there, I got your back. And just like my father told me, if I got a home, you're never homeless. If I got money, you're never broke. If you need me, call me, because I'm going to be there and come running. Let me know where you at. And understand this, whether you did something good or something bad, you can talk to me. As long as you tell me the truth, we're going to figure it out, because I got you. But when your own parents don't got you, and when I say got you, I'm not saying she need to empty out her bank account to get him a lawyer, but you can still be there for this kid without emptying out your account. But I'm telling you, everything I seen with Nene and Bryson, Nene wasn't there. My opinion, wasn't there at all. To me, you could tell it on Roa, because my thing is, what's his name? Peter had to beg her to get him out from Walmart. Big. And at the end of the day, if this kid was out there like that at that time, there was something going on before that.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Of course.
Off of what you're saying. And that is a really good feeling in life to have. And I can truly say I had that too. But the thing is, that come from generations of saying I'm going to help you. Like my grandmother had help, my mother had help, and my father had help. So of course that was passed down to me. Of course I've passed it down to my children. But you have to think somebody like Nene didn't have that. She didn't have that from her own mother to say, no matter what you do in life, I got your back. Or to have that village of uncles and aunties to say it seemed like that you had two, Diva. To have that is the ultimate. And it almost, or not almost, it does keep you out a lot of trouble in life. And I know that for a fact with me, it kept me out a lot of trouble because I knew I had to answer to a lot of people. But as I look at this, or I look at a family unit, who did Nene have besides her aunt? Because I never hear her talking about an uncle, a grandfather, or grandmother. We have never in life heard of her talk about her village. It's like Greg and his side of his family was her village. And was they really her village? Because from my understanding, she took him from a married woman with 5 kids. So I think we have to think of that too, to say she's only doing what she was taught.
I would have to disagree, because she definitely covered for Brent when he went up and, did this, I'm gay, and he wasn't really gay. And I thought that was totally out of pocket, out of line, and she supported that. So you'll support foolishness, but you won't support your child who got into some mess?
Okay, well,
like I said, with the drugs.
Can I ask a question?
In my opinion, hold on one second. Dr. Love, let me go ahead and finish your thought.
Okay, so what I was going to say about that too, Warrior, with the drugs, I just feel like that's a whole nother beast. I really don't think like she have difference in them, because I feel like Greg was that husband to where he didn't split them up. That's just my feelings. Maybe Nene would have. Maybe that's seemed like her personality, but I don't think Greg allowed that split up with them kids. because he
Oh, he
treated to
definitely
me
did.
them boys really good. Okay. And that's it. That's it.
Thank you. Ladam Sweet Tea, thank you for the super chat. Bryson had a father figure in his life. Greg was there for probably a better parent than his real father. So let me just throw this out there. They never named who his real father was, what happened to him, and where he was. And so I'm not saying Nene did this. So work with me, people. I'm not saying Nene did this. But a lot of times, and we have seen others do it right on this reality TV right before our eyes, a lot of times the mother wants to disown the child's original father, this birth father, right? And they don't let the child know who that person is, or they just talk badly about the original father, right? We've seen it happen time and time again. We've seen and I love her. What's her name? The next top model that was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She wanted her current husband to adopt her daughter, and she was saying bad things on the TV about the daughter's father. Now, granted, he was a crazy person, but I'm just trying to give you an example. Drew Sidora, she dogged out the father that she had her first one with, and he was in jail. So jail makes you a bad person. You can never come out and be a father to your kids. So I don't know.
Don't forget Phaedra.
Okay, come on. I'm just saying. So wait, Simone, one of Bryce's big mama, said he has helped her. She said she has helped her with Bryson's child before. Sebastian, I think it got a little jumbled there. Unless I'm reading wrong. One of Bryson's baby mamas, Simone, said he has helped her with Bryson's child before.
She's saying the baby mama is saying Nene helped.
Nene has helped.
Is what she's saying.
Her.
That's fine. Yeah, Bryson's dad. Well, where's Bryson's dad? We need to know more about Bryson's dad. Hit me up, Sebastian, later. Bryson's baby mama said Bryce lived with Nene and Nene's aunt until Roa started taping. Come on, Trent. Trent, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Trent. Bryce's baby mama said Bryce lived with Nene's aunt until Roa started taping, that Greg did not keep him. Thank you, Trent. I'm telling you, sun in the water ain't clean.
And Diva, I put it in the chat in the back. Greg told Nene on season 3 when he was acting up that he needed to get out of the house. He was disobedient. He wasn't doing chores. Greg wanted him out of the house because they thought he was going to be a bad influence on Brent. So I don't think that Greg is this peacemaker. And Nene has told us countless times, Greg is not the man you think he is. He's just quiet. So they put off the same.
Come on, E. Come on, E. Let's talk about it. Leo, thank you. Hey, Diva. I love the great child. I support you. Enjoy the train ride, everybody. Choo, 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 choo. Thank you. See, we got to talk about these things. I'm telling y'all for fact. So I did pediatrics in the hospital, right? I'm telling y'all for fact, a lot of these moms, when they have several baby daddies, depending upon what baby daddy they with at the time, that's the child or the children that get treated better. And the other ones get left behind. So she wanted to put on the show. So because she needed a storyline in the show, Bryson can come on over and live with us now.
Somebody said his father's in jail.
I'm going to dig. We're going to find out about this.
Okay.
Right? We got. How about this? Why is your child with Orange?
Hey, Diva, can I ask you a question?
Of course you can.
Okay, so I just want to get back to this. Why we helping? Okay, so if you feel this way because, and your parents probably feel this way because you've not done nothing that has been like, okay, Diva's been locked up again, or Diva's on this. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you are a problem child, it makes it hard for that parent to feel like they can do anything to you, especially if you're not listening. If I tell you not to jump out in the street when traffic is coming and you jump out in the street anyway, am I supposed to be blamed because that child didn't listen to me even though that child is grown? Like, I just don't understand what we. I guess what I'm trying to say is when is it? When is enough that this child should be able to be responsible for themselves?
Can I answer these?
Listen, when you grown, I'm gonna let you in. When you grown, of course, you should be responsible yourself. All I'm saying is that never, okay, never give up on your kids. Never give up on your kids. So to me, I told you I felt like something was off. That's why thank you, Trim, for the super chat. To me, he was always the black sheep. To me, he was always treated like the outsider. To me, he was treated like the stepchild. And when E reminded me, I watched Roller from the beginning. You are correct, E. Greg said he got to go. Now, would you tell your own child if that was Greg's son, when he had said to Nene he got to go? See, that's why I'm telling you right here, right now. And I even told my son to my face. I said to my son, I said, no one will ever come in this house and tell me you got to go.
No.
Okay. One time I was talking to somebody, they was like, why does he go to that private school, all that money? I blocked them and never spoke to him again in my life. I'm a package deal up in this house. It's me and the kid. If you don't like the kid, you don't like me. And that's a point blank in a period.
Right.
How could you have another child with your current husband, but your other child is living with somebody else? Make that make sense. I wouldn't even want no husband like that. But see, Nene did it to his kids too, because Greg kids came up there and said that Nene was not good to them. So I told y'all before too. I said, if my man got kids, then I got 6 kids. If he got 5, then now we got 6. If we about to go on a family vacation, we're not going on vacation with just my kid. Ask your 5, do they want to go too? And if their mother say, okay, we good. And when I get on that plane, I'm not going to be their mother. They have a mother, but I'm going to treat them all like they all mine.
Right. We
going to eat steak. Everybody getting steak. You not getting nuggets and my kid getting steak. We're not doing that up in here. I'm telling you, there's some people out there that they do that.
I know.
They won't take all the kids to the mall and just get their kids something. No, we ain't getting no sneaker if all 6 of these kids can get sneakers of equal level. Unless one of them wants something cheaper, that's fine. But if my kid getting a $200 sneaker, then I guess we about to spend $1,000 on sneakers because everybody's gonna be able to get a $200 sneaker too. But what I'm not going to do is mistreat no kids, whether they came out of my womb or somebody else's. Yes, Nikki.
Oh, no, you said I could go.
Okay, I'm sorry. E and then Nikki.
Sorry, Nikki. I love you though. You look beautiful.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I wanted to answer, in my opinions question, because she said, when is enough enough? And for me, I try to look at it this way. I know each mom is different, and so I respect everyone's decision, because I think I heard someone on the panel earlier talking about an iron fist, and I equated that to tough love. That doesn't work for everybody. And so for me, because someone asked me about that, when will enough be enough with me and mine? And I can't tell you that when enough will be enough, because I hope that enough is never enough.
Come on.
I never want my baby. And like I said, this is just me. I know it's different for each kid and each parent, but I never want my child, similar to what you said, Diva, to feel abandoned, to feel alone, because the world is going to do that to them anyway.
Come on.
Even if I don't agree with what they have done. And even if I make the decision that I'm going to let you sit in there, I'm still going to put some money in your books. I'm still going to write you. I'm still going to come and see you. I'm never going to leave you alone. Ever.
Come on now. This is real. Can we do real talk here? I got plenty of cousins and everybody in between that was up in the jail, and I did what I could. You understand what I mean? Now you can't be calling me thinking you're gonna get $300-$400 for me all the time, but I did what I could. You're not alone. You're not alone.
We are at our hour mark. Just
okay. Thank you, Trent. Thank you for the super chat. Also, Greg, God rest his soul, was Nene's pimp. Remember, Phaedra exposed that Charles Grant was a trick. Nene and Marlo had a comment. Greg was just quiet. Come on now.
Roy, you know this is a 2-hour show.
Child, listen.
They said it's an express train.
Express train. I got another few minutes for y'all. Okay.
Can I just say a few things?
Yes, of course you can. Of course you can. Go ahead.
So I do think it's a bit dangerous to assign blame in situations, because if it isn't you, and we can all sit and debate, well, I should have done this and they should have done that, and I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that. Bentley, stop. Sorry, my dogs. I told y'all he go get the squeak toy every time I get on here. I'm just saying too. This one thing that, and I'm not even a fan of Erica Jane, but one thing she said resonated with me, I think like 2 years ago. She said, all of this turns on us at some point. And it is true. All of us at some point will have some really tough decisions, some what we feel like impossible decision, or a situation that we all need all our prayer warriors for. You need your mom who's no longer here for, on and on and on. It's just not healthy to place blame, so to speak. It's better to say, you know what, I'll pray for you. Here's some solutions, so on and so forth. And then I just wanted to address the rock bottom. And I know I put this in the chat. It is an imaginary place that people have created in their minds that I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so exhausted. And when I say these people, I'm talking about people that love you, people who are there for you, people who want you to get treatment, people who have let you come and stay with the unsavory people that come along with you, on and on and on, because they love you, because they want to be there to never give up on you, like I think someone said. And once they can't figure it out, they tried everything, they're just like, it's up to you. And I do think that's a logical thing to say. But once your addiction has become a disease, meaning you are no longer in control, this is something that you will be battling for the rest of your life, you're physically addicted, it becomes a different ballgame. You don't say, well, I'll get tired. Because think about it like this. People who are on drugs, especially hard drugs like heroin and stuff like that, if they were in their right mind, they would never choose that over their child. They're no longer engaging in their right mind to make the decisions that people who are like us, who aren't making those decisions, they're not in the right mind to make those types of decisions. The drugs are making those decisions. And so I sat with a lady today. I tell y'all all the time I work at a psych hospital. Part of her situation is she's addicted to meth, and I was having a conversation with her and another person there that's an unsavory person, that I had that conversation with her privately, and it was a whole different conversation than I had in front of this other person. And she's addicted to this. And her first thing was, because I was talking about discharge, is, can I go to a rehab? You know what I'm saying? People want to, but they come to us and they somewhat get stabilized. And what that means is you have a moment of clarity, and then you can talk to someone and you can go into rehab. And my advice to her is this: don't beat yourself up. All of us make decisions that other people are going to not like, no matter what. And it's maybe not drug addiction or something like that, but you got to give yourself another chance. And every second is another opportunity to change your life. You might end up in rehab again. It's very possible. Lots of people do, but you just need that support that I think Diva was saying, to not give up. They need someone. It's not to say that you need to financially do X, Y, and Z. It's just saying, any of us, and I don't know if you guys have ever watched Monique, the comedian, say, I could have been your cellmate. When she said that, I don't know, 20 years ago in one of those comedy specials, I was like, but I get it now. As an adult, there are some situations you get in on your own. There are other situations you're put in. I've worked with people who their parents shot them up with heroin at 10. How do you understand how that situation is going to go? This person never had a chance. They never had a chance. When your parent is doing that to you, just like the girl yesterday we were talking about, her parent came and gave her the acid to throw. It's just kind of like, what are you, how do you really have a chance? You know what I mean? So all I'm saying is just give them some grace. I think it is an incredibly difficult situation. And I'm not even Nene, to have lost your husband, to have been through everything with your husband on a TV show. And then your son almost passed away last year, I think it was. You got this other son that you don't want to pass, to have a similar situation. And I think sometimes it's tough love that people react and respond to. Sometimes it's no love that people, act and respond to. It's like, I got to go get it. Sorry. What's your name? Roya, I apologize. But I just want to say this. Just give people grace if you can. If it's in your heart, give them a little bit of grace, and pray if you can. Hey, I'm sending prayers to you. Hopefully you can get through it. That's it.
Right. Paige, you hit the nail on the head. Ooh, child, you hit the nail on the head. Drug addiction, alcohol addiction, food addiction. It's an illness like diabetes and cancer and should be handled as such. It's because drug addiction and alcohol addiction is such a shameful addiction, so to speak. People don't see it the same. People see it as you have control over it, but it's no different than a diabetic or a person with cancer. The diabetic you support all day long, and I'm not saying we should not. The person with cancer you support all day long. The drug addict and the alcohol, you kick their back in and say, you know what? You can fix this. Just stop drugging, just stop drinking. But guess what? They just can't stop. And if you ever ask yourself, I always explain to people when we was in the hospital, I would say to them, have you ever told yourself, gave yourself a New Year's resolution? And you said at the beginning of the year, I'm going to exercise every day. And by day 3, you're done. You abandoned your own goal.
That's sweet potato pie.
However, have you ever been in a situation where you said, I'm going to stop eating so much sugar? And by the time day 5 come, you looking for a piece of candy underneath your bed on the floor, don't even care if it's dirty, but you need something sweet. This is what drugs is. That's what alcohol is. They try. These people try. And let me tell you what they know for a fact. They end up being embarrassed. They get ashamed because they want to stop. But that drug or that alcohol keeps calling their name. Listen, we're all addicted to stuff, but we're addicted to stuff that society says is okay. How many of you go to work every day and your Dunkin' Donuts knows your order? Oh, you hear you want it light and sweet and you want a bagel toasted with cream cheese? It's an addiction, people. When you go to your local Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, or whatever, and they know your order, it's an addiction. But see, that addiction we can deal with because it's socially acceptable. But the drug addict and the alcoholic is like, shame on you. Have some compassion. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all know I could be here all night. Hold on one second, but we're about to close this thing out. Madame Sweet Tea, thank you for the super chat. Do the courts still have 3 strikes, you're out? Let me tell you this about the courts and the black people with the drugs. There are a ton of black people behind bars that had just enough weed to get themselves high. You better go ask somebody. There are a ton of black people that are in the jails, okay? And they did crimes less than others. But first strike, they went down. Depending upon what state you in, you better be careful because you could be in one state and have a little weed and maybe you do a year or something like that. In another state, the minimum they're going to give you is 10. Jail is not always the answer. We need to have more compassion for these people that are on drugs and that suffer with alcoholism. That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying that if you...
Can I say something, David, real quick?
Give me a minute, please. If you can be a deacon, you could be all up in the church. You could be giving out at the food bank. It starts in the house. That's another gospel song. It starts in the house. You out there giving charity to everybody else, but you ain't going to give charity to the thing you pushed out of your stomach.
Speak on it.
Months.
Yes.
I'm just saying. It's like Pookie said in New Jack City, the crap be calling my name. Come on. I'm with Ebony K. Thank you for the super chat. The crack be calling their name. There's some people addicted to sex, but you know what? It's socially acceptable, so we ain't going to look at them sideways. I'm closing out because this was supposed to be Express Train. Hold on one second. I can't even get to the next topic because y'all held me hostage last night. I was on this computer almost to midnight. I love y'all, but we got to go. Traumas equals choosing a coping mechanism, good or bad. Cat, y'all see, I came on too late because y'all dropping knowledge right here. Y'all dropping facts right here. Come on now, Kat. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Let me see, Michelle. I'm not excusing his behavior, though. I'm not, Michelle. I promise you. Thank you for the super chat. So Nene needs to keep enabling him. I'm not saying that I ain't enable not a near one of my family members. Where's my violin? He was selling drugs, messing with other people's lives. Here's the thing. A lot of drug addicts, they end up selling just so they can get their own hidden high. And I'm not excusing it. I'm not excusing it. Trust me, I'm not. When I tell you I know more drug addicts than a little bit, and when I tell you all of them are not the derelicts and they're just these terrible people, it was one freaking bad decision that took them down the wicked road. And you know what I say? Come back. Come back. I love you. God loves you. And you're never too low to turn around. If you woke up and you breathing, that's your opportunity to turn this thing around. But somebody that loves them got to tell them. If the whole world is hating them, you know what they're going to do? Go to that crack house and keep smoking because the next crackhead at least love them and will share the crack with them. I promise you that. The crackhead will say, I love you. And you know what? Take a piece of my head because I love you. The world can't stand us, but we in this together. Love your person until they come back from darkness. You have to. Love your loved one until they come back from darkness. They in the dark. Show them that there's light. Show them where the light is. Point the way. Listen.
Let the God within you shine bright, and so that person can see. You can heal somebody.
Come on, E. Come on, E. Come on, E. We could preach on this thing. Now, I know we like to joke around and we play a lot, but we could connect and preach on this thing. Dustin, go ahead. And I
was gonna say, just like you said earlier, when everybody goes to the Dunkin' Donuts place and gets their same order,
yeah,
I go to McDonald's, I get the same thing too. So
come on now.
I guess that's part of it, you know.
It's
I get the same thing every time I go, so they know what I get, you know.
They
so
know
I guess
your name.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something.
Like you said, David, that's we have to live to, you know, we have to eat to live. So I guess that's acceptable, but not like drugs and stuff. No, that's not acceptable.
Right, wait, hold on, Sebastian, you would never be blocked. I don't know what you're talking about. You being blocked. You would never be blocked.
Stop it, Sebastian.
Yeah, and listen. I got an addiction to Starbucks. Okay, and every
you
day,
do. I'm glad you brought that up.
Let me tell you something. 3 months I'll be off, and then all of a sudden that darn green lady calls my name. Calls my name. Zeta, I'm closing out. What are your thoughts? Zeta?
I'm coming. I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. Listen, guys, hit that like button. Y'all hop in the train. Yeah, come on. I got a retail edition too. Yeah, Nordstrom is having that anniversary sale. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Therapy.
Listen, the doorbell be ringing. Package. But it's gonna be all right. Okay, Zeta, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I was saying that I agree that a parent or family should never leave each other, but also there's a point where you're enabling. And I think that it is right for Nene to leave him there to fend for himself just for a little bit. But you're still there. You're still the parent. You're still going to be there to support them. Whenever they call, you're going to be there for them. That's how I feel she should do it. I'm not a parent, but I know my parents, whatever I need. Right now, my mom and I may not be on speaking terms, but if I feel like I need something, I call her, she's going to be there for me.
That's right. Come on now. Come on now. Your order has shipped. It's addicting. Come on. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You be thinking, oh my God, gonna be here tomorrow by noon. Come on now. I'm just saying, YouTube is an addiction. Come on, Kat.
Temu is the new addiction.
Who?
Temu.
Oh, Temu. Oh, Temu. Come on now. Come on now. Michelle, thanks for listening.
I'm on there now.
I'm scared of shopping on Temu.
Like and Michelle, yes, some people have to, right? Because sometimes they hurt you so much, and you can't help somebody to the point where it's draining you, right? So I know, because I dealt with so many, I know how to love them without it draining me. But I let them know I'm always here, and I let them know what my limit is. Here go my limit. I ain't putting hundreds and hundreds of dollars on your book, but I got you. You need what you need, stamps. How much the stamps cost over there? Okay, I'm gonna send you stamp money. Okay, and listen, they got this. You know, back in the day, this how long I have family that been going through it. Back in the day, you used to mail it. Wayne, you know you killing me with the dogs because you know child, you trying to don't do that to me. You know, back a long time ago, you used to have to mail the money. Now they got this thing called JPay. I promise you, it's called JPay or something like that, where you could put the money on the JPay for the peoples. All I'm just saying, you know. Now see, Cat, he don't went too far. That's just that's a bit much. But listen, guys.
Gambling.
This is supposed to be the express train. I'm not even going to get to this Dwight Howard story tomorrow. We'll get to it tomorrow night. Yeah, come on, 10 packs of White Sox. I got you. Come on, Fifi. We just going to do the part we can do, right? Listen, we got you. Yeah, I got the noodles, the oodles and noodles. How much is it in the comments? I got you next time, okay? Well, what's the dog's name, Wayne?
There's a dog.
This is Brutus.
Oh, look at Brutus.
Oh, there's a dog there.
Brutus done made his YouTube debut. Oh, Brutus is cute.
What kind of dog is that?
What kind
He's a teacup chihuahua.
Oh, gorgeous.
So he gonna bite my ankles?
Not your ankles. I cannot right now. Listen, guys, love y'all. Hit the like button because some of y'all are still hopping the train. You're doing Diva dirty. And I want to say thank you. The Diva officially hit 29K. Woo!
Yay!
Congratulations, Diva.
Thank you.
On the 30.
Congratulations on my
Have
best
a good
friend.
night.
Oh, you ladies, leave your man at home.
I
The
cannot.
club is full of ballers and you got that food on.
That's my damn
Now
food.
the club is going.
Stop it. His screen is
Well,
frozen.
I
out.
cannot.
Do it again. Your screen
I
got
know
frozen.
Roy wasn't trying to twerk.
That's what he was doing, twerking. Yes.
Good night, y'all.
Bye-bye.